Hey, what's up, you guys? I hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday. Today I'm going to be going over the drama that happened this weekend between reaction channels, plus the Amberlynn video that got leaked. I know I said I was going to post my Q&A today, but I didn't get a lot of questions, and a lot happened over the weekend that I want to cover, so I'll be doing that Friday. So leave your questions in the comments and I'll answer them for my Q&A on Friday. Anyway, I've got my coffee and I'm booting up my Sims 4, so let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so first we're going to be going over the leaked Discord messages. I'm going to be focusing on the messages between Rachel and Hecticana and Jawbone, 3 reaction channels, so the blocked out names are random people in this Discord. I want to preface this by saying that I used to like Rachel and Hecticana, but after all this drama, I unsubscribed from them and I don't like them anymore. I did not know about Jawbone. I never watched any of Jawbone's videos. I just know him from Mr. Snowflake. I'm just saying that because I'm not as familiar with his personality as I am from watching Rachel and Hecticana like all the time. Alright, so these messages are from October 23rd, it seems. And there was a previous conversation here that is not shown. And I believe Charlie Gold posted these on Twitter, but I got them from Always Ymir here on YouTube. Great channel, by the way. So anyway, let's get into it. Hecticana asks Rachel if she's gonna give the money to Beck, because that's what a lot of the people in the comments want. That's what I want. And I really do feel like it's a no-brainer. Rachel says, "I don't think so, TBH," which means to be honest. She says it feels wrong, and she can't explain why. Which, can I just ask why she said that? Beck is going through a lot right now and could really use that money. Rachel says, "But I can see how it's a huge fuck you to both of them." Which was not the point of the audience. The audience wanted her to give the money to Beck because they need it, not as a fuck you to Amber. Rachel says, "So I can see the appeal. I might do a poll and then blame it on that I don't know." But the poll would be Beck, so again, I really don't understand what she's trying to say here. But then she says something that really is just disgusting, and it's a very Amberlynn thing to say. She says, "I've got time to think on it. If I do charity, I can write it off on my taxes." Which, I mean, wow. Just wow. As Amber likes to say, my jaw was on the floor. I don't understand how these people can say such, like, not selfish, I guess, but really just egotistical, maybe is the word I'm looking for. Like, I don't understand how people could just say that or like say stuff like that in a public Discord. Like, I don't know, I don't understand it. Rachel then says it feels cleaner, which I don't understand what she's trying to say there either. Then a random person who I will not name says, "I didn't understand why people even suggested it, but from both an account and a moral POV, I think a charity with a registered charity number is best." Which I guess I can see what they're talking about, like what they mean, but still, giving it to Beck is kind of like giving it to charity because they actually really need that money. Rachel says, "I don't know why. Yeah, I lean this way also, but there is something satisfying and petty about giving it to Beck, haha." I don't understand why these people, like, they think like Amber. I don't get it. You don't want to give the money to Beck because it's satisfying and it's petty. You'd want to give it to her because they need it. Maybe it's just me, but I don't understand this selfish way, this moral high ground way of thinking. Rachel says, "I'll think about it." Which, I mean, again, there's not much to think about. You know what way the audience sways, and you know what the right option would be. She's already gotten her hands dirty, so I don't understand why giving the money to Beck would be any different. In her eyes, I mean. Alright, so in this next screenshot, it seems like they're talking about, "Oh lordy, it's Jordy's live stream," which I love Jordy, so. Jawbone says, "I'm not suggesting you watch it as it's pointless, but Jordy has said that you offering to pay in exchange for tea is not a big deal, and isn't sure what the fuss is about, so that should clear the air a bit for you. Fair play to him." Which is true. Jordy did say it was not that big of a deal. But me personally, giving money to a feeder, to a person who literally fed their fiance to death, I mean, I would not want to give money to that person. And I really want to compare, I don't know if some of you will get this reference, but I watch My 600 Pound Life a lot, and I want to compare Emily to Lisa with James and Lisa's episode, which is a really popular episode. And I really suggest some of you go watch it. I think his name's James King. I think it's that episode. But once you watch that, you can really compare what happened with Emily and Colleen and I feel like you will feel way less sympathy for Emily, which I hope if you're watching me, you have zero sympathy for her anyway, because I feel like she's secretly a serial killer or something. Anyway, back to the Discord messages. Rachel says, love that from Jordy, and she puts in a little reaction picture. And Jawbone says, so you're not really being publicly hanged, drawn, and quartered, diva, rest easy. Which I feel like was kind of true. After Rachel apologized for the whole thing and said they were going to give the money not to Emily, I feel like most people forgave her. I know I did. I was like, okay, well, I mean, you know, it's kind of whatever. Some people get their hands dirty, it's fine. But then she just went full mean girl, and I don't get it. Rachel says, if Jordy says it's alright, then I'm off the hook. Tee-hee. Then she says, I'll wipe my tears with banknotes. Which is like mega eye roll cringe. And it's totally something Amber would say. Very embarrassing. So in this next screenshot, I think they're talking about Emily. Rachel says, she sent me a video of her smoking. Which I think is like, she means in a casual way, not in like a, oh, I have tea, here's a video kind of way. Jawbone says, oh, that feels like her dipping her toe into video calling. Which, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I feel like people downplay how manipulative and insane Emily is. Like, she's just as crazy as Amber, so. Rachel says, I flirted a little, not gonna lie, I wanted the tea. Which, I mean, a lot of people are making a big deal out of this, but, I mean, if you flirt for the tea, that's better than giving her money for the tea. It's cringe, but, I mean, I guess it's fine. As long as Rachel's girlfriend was fine with it too, which we'll get into that later. I'm pretty sure she was. Rachel says, it got a bit uncomfortable, not gonna lie. I'm a big old flirt and she took the bait. But that's how I got the tea, so. Which, I mean, once again, if you flirt for the tea, I mean, do what you gotta do, I guess. But then, like, she does something really weird. Jawbone says, it's okay to fancy Emily, be honest with us. We listen and we don't judge. Which, first of all, that's not true because I'm listening and I'm judging. Second of all, I do not understand how so many people fancy Emily. Like, look, I know a hot girl when I see one, okay? I'm just saying. And Mr. Burns, the fat serial killer, is not it, okay? Anyway, Rachel then puts on this shrugging girl emoji, which is just really weird to me. But I'm thinking that maybe she wasn't responding to Jawbone's message, that she meant for her message to be one continuous message, like, so, shrugging emoji, I'll show you the smoking video tomorrow, but Jawbone sent a message and it, like, interrupted it. So then Hecticana comes back and he says, what if the Ankle, Jordy, Karina, and Snowflake have their own Discord traitors? Which he's just being silly there. Which then Rachel really just goes into full mean girl mode. I don't understand why she did this and said this stuff. She says they don't, haha, I can't stand Karina, bye. Like, why do you have to be rude? Which, like, I get it if you don't watch Karina. I don't really watch Karina anymore either, but it's not for a, like, mean reason. You don't have to say anything mean about it. Like, I stopped watching just because I'm leaning more towards reactions and watching reactions instead of just getting the basic information. But I like Karina and I think she's funny. I don't understand why Rachel has to be so rude. Then she says, it's not business, it's personal, laughing emoji, JK, but I don't like her. So, like, is it a joke or not? I don't understand. Then she said something that, like, really annoyed me. She said, I can't stand the Ankle's voice, that one is also not personal. Which, like, how can you be so damn rude? Like, he literally came to her defense. And then she's just saying this shit behind his back. I get it if you don't want to watch someone because they have an annoying voice, like, hello, listen to me, but, like, you don't have to tell everyone that, and you don't have to be rude about it either. Jawbone says, Jordy got bloodied in and then left, now throws shade lol. I don't know what he means by bloodied in. I guess he means, like, touching the poo, but at least Jordy's self-aware. You bitches are not. And then Hecticana replies, but I think he's talking about Karina here. He says, I just hate how much she clickbaits, and then just goes on and on about nothing. Which, I'm not defending him, but do you see how he's not being, like, really rude? And Rachel was being rude? Like, he just shared his opinion, and then Rachel is saying, I can't stand Karina, I can't stand the Ankle. It's not business, it's personal. Like, making a big joke about it. Anyway, none of these people compare to my king, Mr. Snowflake, so. Now, after these messages were leaked, somebody actually messaged Rachel on Instagram. This person says they were going to make a video and wanted Rachel's input. But Rachel says, this was said before I decided to give it to Beck. Charlie Gold needs to learn to read a date. X. Now, if there's one rule in Gorlworld that everyone needs to learn to follow, it's do not come for Charlie Gold. She is iconic. She is a queen. Don't do it. Okay, don't do it. And all this is just a sign that it's about to get messy, because Charlie does not play around. So then Rachel decides to be shady and says context matters. I came to the right decision in the end. Ask Charlie why she isn't sharing the real interesting stuff in that Discord. Which, like, somebody share it, because I want the tea. I live for the drama. So then Salty Crab actually covered the leaked Discord messages and talked about it. And for some reason, Rachel had to get involved in this too. Which, like, don't come from a girl, Salty Crab, okay? I love her. Anyway, Rachel commented, we have the bought date of you leaving. Lying is futile, X. So I guess that means that Salty Crab was also in that Discord chat. But I mean, if Salty didn't say anything and didn't have, like, any drama or whatever, like she wasn't being a mean bitch like you were, I mean, then it's fine. And Salty Crab actually replied to this comment. She said, we'll post it then, Rachel. Show everyone that I'm a liar, LMAO. Anything to deflect from all the shit you've said. Which I feel like that's true. I feel like Rachel is definitely trying to deflect. And Salty Crab even liked another person's comment replying to Rachel's comment. Darth Hater, which I love that name, says, she said she left after you posted about offering Emily AdSense. That can quite literally be any date from the time you offered Emily money until quite literally before this video was posted. Trying to rag on someone through semantics when you have no moral compass is a joke. You're a joke. Which, like, you dragged her. You gagged her, like, yes. So, yeah, while all this drama between reaction channels is going on, Amber just had to get involved. Because, of course, she would. And I really, really hate Rachel for this, like, metaphorically, because Amber is going to be so smug and so annoying for the next, like, 2 weeks. Or until her body finally gives out, I guess. And it's already starting. Amber posted this on her community tab, and I just needed to keep that comment in there. Because I want to remind everyone that while Amber's being super smug and jealous that she wipes her ass on the corner of a sink with a washcloth, that fact can never be forgotten. Anyway, Amber says, in a land far, far away called Gorlworld, there lived a queen of the Am-babies. Which already my eyes are rolling into the back of my head right now. Which, like, Amber, you're not even the queen of being fat, okay? A hungry fat chick is, like, the queen of being fat, okay? Amber, you're the queen of verbal abuse and physical abuse and neglecting your animals and wiping your ass on the corner of a sink and eating an entire rotisserie chicken and an entire plate of shrimp. You're the queen of lying. That's what you are. Amber says, away from the castle in the village where the mediocre stay. Which, like, be so fucking for real. You live in a handicapped accessible apartment, so I don't want to hear it. Lord Farquaad, the failed philosopher, fell in love with the Queen's ex, Thomas Salamis. I genuinely cannot believe that I just read that out loud. ChatGPT definitely wrote this. Also, I don't understand the Lord Farquaad comparison, because Amber wears that fucking Shrek outhouse shirt all the time. Like, Amber, you're giving Humpty Dumpty. You do not need to be worrying about Lord Farquaad, okay? Which then Rachel posted this on her Instagram story. It says, I just read Amber's bedtime story to the missus and she loved it. And then there's a picture of Lord Farquaad and it says, I just Farquaad in my pants. Which, I mean, yes, that is hilarious, but I don't like either of you, so I will not laugh. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the extent of the drama so far. So let's get into the leaked video between Amber and Emily.
I feel like I'm going crazy. Because it's like,
Okay, so first of all, I got this from Jordy's live stream the other day. So let me give you the setup, basically. Amber and Emily get into an argument, but things cool down. Things start to cool down. And for some reason, Amber is standing outside the driver's side door, where Emily is smoking inside her car. Now, I want to state that I do not like either of these people. I think both these people are evil, and I don't trust Emily in this video either. I believe that before this video, they were both probably yelling at each other and being crazy, so. Anyway, let's listen to what Amber says and break it down.
Kind of are.
I'm trying to have a genuine conversation with you.
Okay, first thing, Amber's not trying to have a genuine conversation. She's trying to manipulate Emily into feeling sorry for her. And I also believe that she's trying to manipulate Emily to come inside.
I'm just wondering, why can't we both have bad days? Why is it just your luck?
Okay. Why do you need to sit here and continue to yell at me?
Okay, so Emily interrupts her here. I have no doubt that she's probably sick and tired of Amber being fucking annoying. But she tells Amber that she's continuing to stand there and yell at her, which is just not true because Amber's not yelling.
Why can't you go inside like I asked you and give me a little bit of space?
I can give you space. I just want to
Then
hug.
give me.
So this is the where my hug at meme, basically. Once again, Amber's trying to coerce someone into physical affection. We've heard this story before with Beck and Casey. Amber will not leave Emily alone, and she's also not allowing Emily to get out of the car either because she's standing right in front of the driver's seat.
I don't want to hug you right now. I just don't.
Okay, fine. Can we just like wrap it up with like a good vibes? Like, because I don't have emotional permanence.
Alright, here's the main thing I wanted to talk about with this video. Amber says that she does not have emotional permanence, but what is emotional permanence? So emotional permanence refers to the capacity that we have to believe in the feelings of other people when we are not with them. So your mom goes to the store. You know she still loves you even though, she's not physically with you. She's at the store. Now, a lot of people think that Amber was referring to her BPD here, which is fake. But I think that she was actually referring to ADHD, which she doesn't have either. But she copied it from Emily. When I was looking up emotional permanence, a lot of the articles were about ADHD and not borderline personality disorder. Now, what Amber said about not having emotional permanence is just straight up false and not true, and very provably not true based on her vlogs. What Amber is experiencing is not a lack of emotional permanence, it's jealousy. It's jealousy and the selfishness that you might be spending your time thinking and doing anything else other than being with Amber.
I literally don't. Which means when I walk away...
So I have to suffer because of that.
No, I'm saying when I walk away, I'm left with what just happened. And that's what I firmly believe our whole relationship is based off of. So if you just tell me you love me...
Okay, you don't need to explain your unhealthy way of thinking.
Well, a little bit. It's a little unhealthy, I guess.
Right here is another blatantly narcissistic moment. Amber's trying to get sympathy and pity, but the second Emily calls her unhealthy, she snaps out of it and goes straight into defense mode. Her demeanor completely changes, and she's like, no, it's not unhealthy, it's not. Because she can just not be wrong.
Very unhealthy.
Okay. I like to leave the conversation with something positive.
Of course, it's all about what Amber wants, and she's ignoring Emily asking for space.
Because I don't like how this is affecting us. Like,
Okay.
you've had a really
Can you
bad
please
day.
give me some space? I'm asking nicely.
Yes, but can you answer a question for me? Why is it okay for you to backtrack?
How is this ending it nicely, Amberland?
No, because I think
But
I
wait,
want you
I'll
to
leave you with this.
reflect.
But why that?
No,
Seriously?
I guess I want you to reflect.
That's a good moment too. Amber wants Emily to basically apologize for her behavior, but Emily's not having any of it.
Why is it okay for you to backtrack and have a bad day so bad that you kind of take it out on me all day long, and then I finally pop off
Amber calls it popping off, but we all know it's just screaming and yelling and blocking doorways.
because it just became a lot because I also had my own separate bad day. So why is it okay for you to have a bad day, but I'm not?
I didn't say you weren't allowed to, but you sitting here doing this to me when I'm telling you to please stop is not okay.
Okay, your bad day,
Amberlyn, stop.
but your bad day was met with, at the
Please
end of the night, I
stop.
still wanted to hold you. That's what I was looking forward to.
I was going to. I needed a little space
Okay, but
first.
can I tell you what my bad days met with? You're going back to Oklahoma. So do you see the difference?
Because you continue to do this to me over and over again. Back up then, like I asked you to. Or just better, go inside, please. Give me some space. Amberlyn, this is ridiculous. Go inside. Please, I'm not gonna be able to calm down until you please go away for a little bit.
Okay, can you just reflect on, like, why
I
is it
will
okay?
reflect.
Why is
Oh,
it okay?
okay, I am sorry.
Do you really want to break up?
I don't know. I don't have time to space to think. Please go inside and give me space. Please go inside and give me space.
Can I have a kiss? I'm not here to hurt you, Emily. I just want you to love me.
Just
I love you. And I'm sorry, but I love you, okay?
please go inside. I love you too.
It's I'm sorry. Do you accept my apology?
Yes.
I know this shouldn't have happened. I'm fully aware. But I am getting better. And that's without help. And that's only in a few days. I just want you to think of the positive things. Okay. I just feel bad. I'm sorry.
Please give me space. That's all I'm asking for.
Alright, so I let you guys listen to the rest of that video. I mean, it's just ridiculous, really. There wasn't much left to say. Amber's trying her best to emotionally manipulate Emily, and it's just not working. Emily has to pull out the nurse talk and the parent talk to get Amber to finally fucking leave her alone. And I bet even after this, Amber didn't leave her alone. While this was an interesting video, I'd really want to see what happened before this. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Remember to comment down below for my Q&A. Just ask me whatever, and I will answer every single question. And that'll be Friday, because I'm covering Amber's streams and stuff this week. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!